Please.
Sorry, it has to be in the B-roll somewhere.
It's all over the beat.
It smells so bad.
It doesn't smell. My foot doesn't smell.
Done.
Hey guys, I'm Kazu.
And I'm John, and we're humanbeatbox.com.
And you're watching We Talk Beatbox, because we talk about
Beatbox. And today we have the honor of talking about the biggest championship of the year, the Grand Beatbox Battle.
which is going to be held on March 17th through the 19th, and it's one of the biggest events in Basel, Switzerland. It's part of the B Scenes music festival, and it's probably it's going to be dope.
All right, so let's talk about the contestants for this year's battle, and we start with Kenny Urban and Napalm from the USA and Bob Lee from Germany.
Now you will remember those guys competed in the solo competition. They were invited back because they were in the top 4.
And we have FIB from France and Zhangze from China.
Now they ranked 5th and 6th, so they were also invited in.
And we have Alexinho from France.
Who won 7 to Smoke, so guys, if you win 7 to Smoke, you might be able to compete in next year's Grand Beatbox.
And then we have the 8 wildcard winners. Those include Hits from South Korea, Thorsten from Denmark, Jayton from Russia, Slizzer from Austria, Trung from Vietnam, 2H from South Korea, BMG from France, and lastly, B-Art from the Netherlands.
Also, we want to talk about a 9th wildcard. So, because Gene is actually judging this year, they decided to extend that to 9 wildcards. And that went to 0 from Azerbaijan. And also a 16th invitee qualifier, DJ Hart Gray from China, who is one of the Chinese champions. Anyways, the first person we think will make it into the top 4 is Trung, the Vice American champ.
I mean, he's had such an eventful year. He qualified for the Asian Champs.
And GBB.
And GBB. And, you know, his rounds at the American Beatbox Championships were off the charts. He blew the competition away. The battle against Tyler W., I felt like that was a
so
testament
crazy.
to that.
Here we go now.
The next person we think will make it in is 2H.
I mean, 2H has, the thing I like about 2H is that he was a finalist at Grand Beatbox Battle before, but the thing is he's also been innovating and been more than keeping up with the times, so I feel like he has a lot of material in his back pocket this year.
Yeah, no, I agree too. I mean, pretty much every video we saw of him was in that little, like, what, is that like his barrack or something?
I get it popping.
Feel like it's his barrack or
Yeah.
like his dorm or something, yeah.
But every time he does like a video, he does something ridiculously scary, and it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm actually very excited to see how he is back up on the big stage.
Yeah.
And our third person we think will make it in is B-Art.
B-Art, I think he's finally found the winning formula that works for him. He's found that balance that you talked about earlier.
He's like so technical and so musical in such like a great balance. You know, he knows how to make music at that technicality.
Yeah, and he's finally really fine-tuning his craft on stage. I think the Dutch Championship was a real example of that, and he can carry that momentum to Grand Beatbox this year.
And he was just super confident in the shootout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a good battle.
I've got a rocket launcher like rocket tom tom, rocket tom tom, rocket tom tom, rocket tom. I've got a rocket tom tom, rocket tom.
And the last person we think will make it into the top 4 is Napalm, because it's Napalm.
What?
But for real though, Napalm has been doing a really good job. He didn't get to compete in American Champs because he was touring all through Asia to various battles. But you know, he is fresh. You know, he definitely wants to win. He never enjoys coming in second for anything, even to his friend Kenny. So I think he's going to come in strong this year.
Yeah, he's a classic example of a beatbox battler.
Like this.
But we also wanted to ask you guys who you thought will be in the top 4. So Martin said it's going to be a tough to pick this year. My favorite would be probably 2H, Hiss, Thorson, and Bobbly.
I mean, those are all great picks, and we had such a hard time, so you're not alone, man.
Oh yeah, no, the wild cards were just insane this year, musical and technical. You know, Tommy says my money is on Zero.
I mean, Zero is a name that's been coming up so often. He's got the craziest technicality. I think the only thing that's holding him back, or the thing that we don't know about, is how much show experience he has. How does he handle a mic? We just don't know enough about him.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was exactly what I was going to say. You know, like how much experience does he have on stage? Will he be able to impress the people? You know, because it's not just about technicality and cleanliness, which he has in spades.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy says, I really think Kenny Urban will take it.
I mean, Kenny Urban, he's, for the most part, in his battles, he's just like freestyling. But at the same time, if he really takes this year's competition seriously again, I feel like he has a really good shot.
And that's the reason, I didn't think he would make it in, is because, like, he's already won it. He's never been serious about battling in the, like Napalm, who's, very focused. He just has fun when he goes on stage. So I really don't think, it really depends on his mood, really, if he really wants to go for it or not. Ralclaw says, Thorson, only one who can hit a proper note.
I don't think he's the only one, but I mean, that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
He has a very laughy face at the end, But yeah, no, Thorson is incredibly musical, so I think he's going to have a really good job, especially with Loop, which he's actually going to compete again this year, which we'll talk about next week. Matt says Hiss is going to do amazing too.
Yeah, I mean, his wildcard video it just blew everyone away. He's really stepped it up this year, especially for a 16-year-old. I think he's 16. It's just amazing. He has so much potential.
So one thing we do want to mention is if you go to humanbeatbox.com's Facebook page, he actually did a live stream for us. And the only thing he did was set a timer for 1 hour and freestyled that full hour.
Yeah, and after the timer ran out, he spent another like 20 minutes just doing imitations. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
It was crazy. It was so good.
Okay, we have one last thing we have to talk about, and Kaz is gonna let you know.
So right now, just check these 2 links. It's for Trung Bao and for Zero. They need help getting into Grand Beatbox. So if you think Trung Bao deserves to be the Grand Beatbox champ, or if you think Zero deserves to be the Grand Beatbox champ, help them out. Go to their GoFundMe and help them get a plane ticket so they can battle. Anyways, that was our prediction.
All right, stay tuned, guys. See you next week.
Alright.